Hey guys, I don't know what this channel is about, but I think it's about improving your vibration or something like that. Regardless, I'm from the school of Jeet Kune Do, so we're not gonna call it anything. How's that? Anyhow, I'm gonna offer you just avenues or tools that you can use so you can protect your vibration. Not protect or protect it or raise it, just to raise it and maybe, alert you of which vibrations not to mess with, basically, where not to be. If you hadn't felt its effect just yet, because you probably are if you're watching this and you're wondering like I gotta figure this stuff out, and that means you're doing the most natural things you could be doing, because you know there's something to understand here and you want to understand it instead of just being a victim of its powers. um Either via victim circumstance or take the wheel, you know. Obviously, taking the wheel is also knowing when to let go of the wheel. It's like this whole thing about when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Um, I think that when you are ready to learn, you become the teacher. And I'm not saying that you're going to be the teacher, you're going to teach the teacher. I'm saying that you yourself decide that you need some learning, that you need to teach yourself something. So you need to keep your mouth shut and just absorb the information. That's all it means. That you're becoming conscious enough and mature enough to say, you know what, I need to shut the fuck up and pay attention. Excuse my Portuguese. Um, the da 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 da. Now, imagine, for instance, this song. Like I said, I'm gonna offer you tools in which how to raise your vibration. In the song Imagine, I don't know if you've ever paid attention. I mean, the title itself is saying imagine. Imagine there's no heaven, it's easy if you try, no hell below us, and blah 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 in the sky. These are suggestions. But in the end, what Johnny Moondog is saying is imagine. Imagine a better future. She's literally giving you the technology to create your future, to create a better future. Imagine all the people living life in peace. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen that. Because I mean, we're not talking about this day in the horizon, where everything is bright and the angels are singing, and it's like, oh, everybody just singing kumbaya. It's like, oh, we're all happy now. We're all brothers and sisters. But I've seen glimpses. I've seen moments where humans show amazing love to one another. Yes, I've seen them hate each other. You can just turn on the television, watch the news, you'll see it. And it's all over. Anyway, the point is, whatever is happening in your mind. Now, I'm gonna be really careful with this because a lot of people, can imagine the wrong thing and then just live under a lie and just, stem a whole, grow a whole philosophy out of it. But what you're thinking, your mind literally connects you to the great mind. So it's like that painting. I think it's Michelangelo, where you have Adam, touch fingers with God. If you see God, he's like in a cloud that, if you see his outline, it looks like a brain. That's literally saying, Michelangelo was saying that it's like the link to God is through your mind, not again, not through your brain. Your brain is an instrument connected to the network, which is the mind, the great mind. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That you're whatever what you're thinking, if you're in balance. Let's just make a big red iconic bold letters here to say basically if you're in balance, you will emit a good signal. You will emit a high vibration, therefore you're gonna emit the right type of experiences, good experiences that are gonna fulfill you with so much love and excitement and freedom like feelings and all of that. But if you're toxic, you're gonna be manifesting exactly that. Okay? So if you ever wonder why things are toxic around you, it's probably because you are. So the point is that now that you know, what are you gonna do, right? So you start to kind of you grab your little emotional broom and you start sweeping away in this mess, and whatever you can find, process it, sweep it, not sweep it away under the rug. You see it, process it. Sometimes it takes longer than other things, but the point is that to be active on it, to feel like somebody should tap you on the shoulder because you are doing that job. That's being self-responsible, by the way. If anything, let's call this video about, self-responsibility. It's literally about taking charge of what's happening in your life, what's happening in your head. That's huge. What's happening in your heart, what's happening in your emotions and your feelings, what's happening, all what is happening with you. Not what's happening with the neighbor, not what's happening with the, you know, those people that are in the opposite party, those people who are of another country or another skin color. You got too much fucking time in your hands if you're doing that. I know we're talking about spiritual things, but I curse. Excuse me. Sometimes some things, sometimes I'm like in vibration. I go like this. I'm like a little plane. I can get through some cracks, and sometimes I go low, and sometimes I come up high. So anyway, and imagine is alerting you that there's a system that you have within you in your possession that you can use to change your life, to make things better for all of us. So imagine a better day for yourself. Why not? Because if you're happy, that means that you're going to be infecting everybody with your happiness. Some people will tell you, what the hell are you laughing about? Why are you so happy about? And some people will be like, oh man, I like being around this guy. He's always so happy. And people will want to be like you because it's like, you know what? Nothing seems to bother this guy. And then they'll ask you. And then you'll say, you know what? I got rid of all my crap because I was self-responsible. And I'm still self-responsible. And I don't let things linger. And I don't let the grudges develop and stay there like big lunges, big rocks lodged in my system. Like, that can create toxins and then eventually create diseases in my body. Because that's what it's all about. Everything. What's inside, it's out. And what's outside is in. As above, so below. As it is within, it is without. That's all there is to it. You are in a universe of you, and everything that is happening is all about you, and not that you're. It's not a selfishness thing. It's just a matter of awareness thing. There's no way that you can be aware of anything else but what is happening around you. Yeah, sometimes you see things that happen in another country, but through the television. But it's still the television is in your vicinity and your awareness. That's what you're aware of. That is you. You whatever you're aware of, that's who you are. So if you want to get to a place where, oh my God, this is wonderful, you can reach that in a place where it's just like everything is tense and horrible, right? So, as it is within, it is without. Okay. So then you also have something like, for instance, I hope it doesn't become like a list, a top 10 list or something. But for instance, this speech that Rocky Balboa in Rocky Balboa, the movie, I think it's just called Balboa. Anyway, he talks to his son because his son got a big chip on his shoulder. He blames his father for, basically he blames everything for his misfortune, but mainly he blames his father for him not being successful at life, him not being his own man. So this is what he says, and I'll go more into it, afterwards about some key phrases and key statements. But he says something like, you used to fit right here. I used to hold you up and tell your mother, this kid's gonna be great. This kid's gonna be better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was a privilege watching you grow. And after you became a grown man and you went and took on the world, you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for someone to blame, like a big shot. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't no, ain't whole, ain't no stars and rainbows and wonderful things. I'm paraphrasing now. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are. It'll beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. If you let it. Now you, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth, but you gotta be willing to take the hits and stop pointing fingers, telling everybody that you, you can't be who you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that. Is that who you are? That ain't you. You're better than that. You're better than that. Everyone is. Every single person walking out there because you know what? They got the magic of God within them. They have that light inside them. That means they are freaking princes and princesses of this great kingdom that God has here for us. What you're waiting for you to die to get to the great kingdom is right here. This is what you make it. Again, if you're in a high vibration, it's gonna look like the most beautiful thing there is because it is. Like I said before, it's life is beautiful. But we're missing out because we're focused on other stuff, on the wrong stuff. And it's not your fault, it's natural. But at a certain point, you gotta be self responsible and start cleaning the house. Get rid of the shit that you don't need so it doesn't distort your view, your outlook, your perspective, your awareness. You have your whole awareness. This is huge window into the world. It's surrounding you. This window is surrounding you. If it's full of smudges, it's full of crap, your view is going to be distorted. You're going to see crooked. You'll never understand what's really coming at you. And you're actually probably reject it. A lot of the blessings that come your way, you're probably going to reject it because you don't know. You can't see. You got to get rid of your crap. Why am I saying this? Because of the situation, the temperature of things now in the United States and in the world, but especially in the United States because this is where I live. It affects me, it affects my children. It affects everybody's children. It's like it affects everybody. So I gotta suggest Please be self-responsible because a lot of people are not being self-responsible dealing with their own shit. So then they let their shit get in the way of how they relate to others. People have hang-ups about some people, they go out and kill those people. But it wasn't those people's fault. It was this guy who did not deal with his own shit. You have to deal with your shit. You have to deal with your own garbage. It's nobody's fault that you have your garbage. It is what you got. This is the cards you were dealt with. Now deal with them. Don't just dump it on everybody else. It's like deal with me. No, that is some cowards. If you just give up and just say, hey, somebody else, they're just gonna have to accept me the way I am. No, 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 no. But you're not even making an effort. Again, you're in this school, this one building that offers this one subject, and this one subject is you. And what are we trying to do? What is graduation? It's liberation from all your crap. So you can become everything, what God is. Otherwise, you don't do it, you're gonna repeat the year, and that means another lifetime here. I'm serious about this. You wanna do this again? You wanna come and bounce around, be confused again, and have to redo it? Because I promise you that if you have to come back again, this lifetime will always only seem like a memory that you don't even know that you have. Some things will seem like deja vu, some things will seem familiar. And sometimes some things would be like, wow, I don't even know why I like this, but I like this. Because you were doing it in this one lifetime. But you're gonna have to regress a little bit to start over and refine everything and relearn everything. No, get it over with. Get it over. If you're watching this, it's probably because you're like, you know what, I want to learn this stuff so I can get this over with. I don't want to repeat another lifetime here. If you're watching this video, if you're still watching it, it's because you understand these concepts. Get rid of your garbage. Deal with your shit because nobody else should be dealing with that. That is the one thing that a person who is of value, someone who understands their own worth and value, and says, you know what, I deserve the best, so I'm gonna give myself the best. But first of all, I need to clean up. Again, if God delivers you this wonderful gift and you bring it to you, and it's right here in your awareness, you think you're gonna see it among all that mess? Hell no. So, what am I saying? Be good. Be good for goodness sake. Be beautiful. Be the person you want to run into. Be the person you want to deal with. Because if you're doing that and everybody else is doing that, think of the vibration we're going to be generating. Think of the manifesting power.